right, the second half beginning in just a moment. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. And he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Suns trail by 11. They double-team Bledsoe. Dishes it to Booker. Good D by Drummond.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now, here's Thomas. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. The dish now to Morris. Here's Booker. And it falls over the rim and in. Booker's got 8. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Drummond a screen. Jennings passes to Thomas. Drummond dishes to Thomas. Thomas with another miss.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Good D by Drummond. Pistons leading by 9. 90 seconds now into the second half. Thomas gets to Jennings. Shoots the 3. Detroit, no good that time either. Suns have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And Thomas with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas. For the Pistons, Amir Johnson's checked in for Favors. And it's Johnson in for Damari Carroll. Hansbrough's checked in for the Suns. Brian Roberts comes in for Eric Bledsoe. Morris inside. Johnson's there. Morris, no good.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Drummond sets the screen for Thomas. Passes it to Drummond. Thomas dishes to Jennings. It's stolen by Hansbrough. Now here's Booker, defended by Drummond, and stolen by Thomas. And here comes Thomas, leading the fast break. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Thomas. Johnson's got the lead up to 11 now for the Pistons. And while we have a moment, let's find out which point guards have had the best month from the charity stripe. Brandon Jennings fourth.
They are as reliable at the free throw line as you're going to find in this league. And that's something we've come to expect from the point guard position.
Yeah, typically you're going to find your best free throw shooters at that point guard spot. But it doesn't happen automatically. I mean, these fellas are consistently working and practicing to keep that percentage as high as it is.
Here's Roberts, following the basket by Stanley Johnson.
Roberts.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Thomas, it's a wide open look. And the 3 off target. Suns trail by 8. Here's Roberts. 5 points in the game. No good on the 3. And Thomas, here we go. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet. Johnson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Roberts. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on it.
And the shot is good from Johnson.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
The Suns have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Here's Roberts. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Roberts got 5 points now this quarter.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Brandon Jennings. Chris Humphries has checked in for Phoenix. Now here's Thomas. 23 points in the game. He kicks to Ilyasova. 6 on the shot clock. Phoenix grabs the miss. Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
He is to avoid mistakes and make each possession count.
And Clark, I agree. The tendency can be to really rush or push the game. They need to avoid that.
And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Pistons.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Now here's Thomas. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. And the Pistons lead by 11. Here's Roberts. He's guarded by Thomas, and that one's good. Roberts got 9 points. The Pistons have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Thomas down low. Here's Johnson. And too long on the shot.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Suns trail by 9. And Roberts kicks to Humphries. Now here's Booker. He's guarded by Johnson. They get a hand on it. 55 seconds left to play in the third. The Suns have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. There's a screen by Hansbrough. Humphries with a screen on Ilyasova. Here's Booker. Off target from outside.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down. I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Derek Favors checked in for the Pistons. Damari Carroll comes in for Amir Johnson. Now, here's Thomas. He's got 23. Shot clock at 6. Booker pulls it in.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
No good from Bledsoe.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there. Punches it down. Pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
Shot is off. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Pistons lead by 11. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Suns trail by 11. Thomas in at shooting guard. Favors is out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's Damari Carroll. And it's Jennings in at the point guard position. That's the group for Detroit right now. And he gets it to go. 6 points for Markieff Morris.
Kevin, that's beautiful. With the guy all over him, the fadeaway was about the only option he had, and he cashed in on it. Oh, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
By himself. And Thomas with the stop.
Well, now they've lost the starch in their shirt, guys. They're demoralized. A careless play to turn it over and then slow to get back on defense, lethargic.
It looks like their legs are gone at this point. I mean, I don't think a comeback bid is in the offing.
And stolen by Thomas. Drops in the breakaway layup. Thomas got 12 points in just the second half.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Booker, he's checked in for Chris Humphries. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Bledsoe against Jennings. No good from Bledsoe.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball.
Favors with the screen. Outside Thomas. Shot clock at 6. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And Phoenix making a change here. Booker's checked in. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Jennings against Bledsoe. To the middle. Here's Booker. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Eric Bledsoe. Detroit calls timeout.
Detroit leading by 15. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession.
Every time. This is a joke.
Phoenix with the ball. They host the Spurs after this one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. To the paint, here's Booker. Thomas with the ball. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
Phoenix ball.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Kicks it to Booker. Lets it go with a 3. Here's the call on Trevor Booker. That is his first foul of the game. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Booker. Jennings kicks to Thomas. Left side Favors. The 15-footer, good. And the Pistons lead by 14.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
Pass to Booker, all alone. Can't get it to go. The Pistons go the other way with it. 17 points was their biggest margin. Drummond a screen. Thomas kicks to Favors. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. 8 points for Derek Favors.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Bledsoe kicks to Booker. From the top of the key, he buries it. Booker's got 4 points this quarter.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
And Thomas, here we go. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays
Man,
up.
you could clock his hang time with an hourglass.
I'm open.
Booker the pass to Bledsoe. The feed to Booker. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. No good. Great D that time from Jennings.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Yeah, they brought the sandpaper edge to their attack, really fighting and scrapping inside. A lot of grit and grind with these guys.
Bledsoe kicks to Booker. He feeds it to Booker. To the left side wing. Booker in the corner. 5 on the clock. Off target from outside. Pistons lead by 16.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Pistons.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Shot quality and better overall shooting.
Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that has a team really feeling quite good about itself and deserving itself.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. They poured it on tonight, Clark.